All right, it's week 2 of the postseason. Boys basketball playoffs are in full effect right now, and it's time for the OCVarsity Hoop Show. My name's Carlos Arias, and I'm here with Steve Fryer, the man, Mr. Friday Night. Break it down for me, man. We had some early interesting outcomes recently.
Yeah, pretty interesting in 2AA. Ocean View, my pick to win the whole thing in 2AA, and the number 1 seeded team lost to Thousand Oaks on Tuesday by 15 points. So it was, kind of an upset there. But we still got a couple teams left alive in 2AA. Sunny Hills was kind of a fun team to watch. They've got a tough one coming up. But really interesting is Tesoro, which, finished, 4th place in the South Coast League. And here they are, and they're in the quarterfinals too. And they've got a pretty tough one coming up. They're going to be playing at Royal of Simi Valley. They take the long road trip, and Sunny Hills is home against 3rd seeded JW North of Riverside. So those are a couple tough ones there in 2AA, Carlos.
So when you're in the South Coast League, it looks like if you just battle in there, it doesn't matter if you're 1st through 4th, you're going to be in the mix.
Yeah, because we still got out of that league, Capistrano Valley, Mission Viejo, El Toro are all still hanging in there and still playing. So it's a pretty rough and go league. And the same thing can be said of the Trinity League too. I mean, we've got 3 teams from Orange County in that league that are still playing. Santa Margarita's alive. They're in the three single A semis. They got to play Alameda of Mission Hills, top seeded team in that division. So that's a tough one. Mater Dei still going, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And then right behind us, Orange Lutheran's getting ready to play a game too. So they're also advanced pretty deep as well. They're in the quarters and theirs.
So let's get to it. Mater Dei, are they going to be tested yet, or are we still going to see them rolling?
If they overlook Foothill, then they can be had. This is maybe not as good as the Foothill teams we saw last year and 2 years ago, but it's still a pretty good Foothill team. It's Foothill's home game. Everybody right now, as we're taping this, we're still trying to figure out where they're going to play that game. Maybe at Foothill, maybe they're going to move it someplace. But if Mater Dei's on their game, if Mater Dei's taking it seriously, then Mater Dei, should take the whole banana there in 1AA.
Right on. Well, we caught up with some of the Orange Lutheran players, and let's see what they had to say.
We all know that we could make history right now for this school if we could get 2 back-to-back CIF championships. And it's been a tough season, so we know to end it with the CIF championship is going to mean a lot.
When Gabe York was out, did you just kind of try and take this club on your shoulders, but you didn't want to do too much? What was it like when Gabe was out? What did you have to do?
Oh, I knew I had to take more shots. I did kind of have to carry the team on my back, but that's what great leaders do. Me and Gabe and Darian, helped me out a lot when Gabe was out too.
Losing's never a fun thing, and it was a trying time, but I think it helped us to kind of understand that we still have to work to get better, and so I think that's helped our cause. And we've got some senior leadership out there that really wants to do something that no one's ever done in our school's history, which is to win back-to-back titles.
All right, I'm back with Mr. Friday Night and Steve. There's a lot of controversy going on in both boys and girls where, these Division I AA brackets are just absolutely loaded. I mean, teams that would have been in Division III, Division IV, they're in Division I AA. What's up with that?
Yeah, and then we got some problems, especially in boys basketball. 4AA is a totally loaded division. Look at Price of Los Angeles. Okay, last year they won a championship in a higher division. A couple years ago, got to the finals in a higher division. Yet they've dropped down to 4AA. This system is set up so it's supposed to be moving these teams, these successful playoff teams, up, up, up. And these sort of basketball strong schools, Laverne Lutheran, Price, Windward of LA, they're still stuck in that 4AA. And then you get a team like Laguna Beach, the smallest public school in Orange County, is in that division with these high-powered basketball schools. The system was designed to make sure that this stuff didn't happen. It's still happening. Do we have to wait a year or two until this thing fleshes itself all out and gets it together? I don't know, but something's got to be done. The thing that I think should be done, everybody's got to take a look at it, is you got to take the private schools and create 2 separate basketball divisions for the bigger and the smaller private schools, then have the public schools all play in their own division. Solves a lot of problems. It solves a lot of animosity that's out there about the public schools toward the private schools. And, I think that the private schools have some advantages. And certainly, with funding going the way it's going in public schools right now, Carlos, they're not going to have the kind of money to hire the big coaches, to keep their programs well-fueled financially. So I think this chasm that exists between the private and public schools, Carlos, is going to get bigger. It's not going to close. And so now is really the time to start thinking about creating separate playoff divisions for the private and the public schools. I really think now's the time, man.
So that's what's going on in boys basketball. And click in on OCVarsity.com where we got you covered.